Today I place myself before Mary with a heart full of faith, and I invite you to do the same. May this moment be more than just words. May it be a true act of surrender, filled with hope, trust, and love. If you are also in need of a miracle, write your request in the comments. Let's unite our hearts in this prayer, and may each time this video is watched, Mary's intercession be renewed over all the intentions shared here. Subscribe to the channel and pray with us, because when we pray together, heaven listens with even more tenderness. There are requests that live deep within our hearts, requests we can't fully express in words, but that only God and Mary truly understand. Sometimes we've been waiting so long that hope begins to fade, and it's precisely in those moments that we need to trust the most, because the miracle is not just what happens, it's also what transforms us while we wait. Mary, as a mother, receives our tears, our silent prayers, our promises made in faith. She presents our intentions to God with the care of someone who knows pain and waiting. That's why today we lift up our hearts, humbly asking her to intercede for us, that she may carry to heaven what we no longer know how to bear. And that, with your help, Blessed Mother, the impossible may become possible. I come to you, Mary, with an open heart and my eyes lifted to heaven. I bring with me a sincere request, a cry that rises from the soul, and only you know how much it costs me to wait. I carry with me the hope that the miracle is possible, that grace can reach me, that your motherly love can move what my own efforts no longer can. I do not come to demand, I come to trust. I place before you everything that is beyond my strength. May my prayer rise like a gentle whisper to your heart, and there find shelter, comfort, and intercession. Mary, carry my request to God. Speak for me even when I no longer know what to say. And may I trust more each day in your care and in the promise that the miracle will come. I know that God's paths don't always follow mine, and that's why I ask you to help me understand the time of waiting, that I don't rebel, that I don't grow discouraged, that I don't let weariness silence my faith. Strengthen my heart when it falters. Hold my hand when despair tries to take the place of trust. Mary, receive my request with your tenderness. Present it to God with the strength of your intercession. I trust that, even if I can't see it now, something is already being prepared. May your presence bring me the certainty that the miracle is not a reward, but a gift from heaven to those who keep believing, even in the dark. And I'm here, Mother, firm in what I believe. Still waiting, yes, but waiting with you. Mary, when anxiety tries to take over, remind me to breathe calmly and turn my gaze back to you. When fear comes disguised as logic, when the voice of doubt sounds louder than my prayer, whisper to my heart that the miracle is already on its way, that the delay is not denial, that silence is also care, and that God is at work even when everything seems still. I place this request before you with all that I am, with the faith I have left, with the love that moves me, with the deep desire to see this grace come true. May it not be according to my haste, but according to the perfect will of heaven. And while I wait, may I not lose the light of hope nor the comfort of your presence, because with your gaze upon me, I know that no promise is ever forgotten. I know that the miracle may come in ways I can't imagine. That's why, Mary, I ask you to help me keep my heart open. May I not be trapped by my own expectations, nor limit God's action to my plans. May I understand that grace comes at the right time, in the right way, with the care of the one who knows every detail of my story. Do not let me fall into the mistake of thinking I've been forgotten. May I not interpret the silence as absence, nor the waiting as punishment. Strengthen my faith when it weakens, renew my hope when everything feels dark, and teach me to trust as you trusted, even without understanding, even in pain, even in silence. Because I know that with you, every suffering is accompanied, and every cry is heard. Mary, when the weight of my request feels too heavy, remind me that I am not carrying it alone, that your hand sustains me, that your intercession accompanies me, and that the grace I await is being carefully welcomed by you. May I not grow tired of waiting, nor give up halfway. May I understand that waiting is also part of the miracle. Place in me the certainty that something good is coming, even if it has no shape yet, even if everything around me says otherwise. May your gentle voice quiet the thoughts that make me doubt. and may I find in each new day small signs that heaven is listening. Because I know that no prayer made with faith is forgotten, and every request made with love is tenderly heard by you. Mother, today I repeat my request with humility, but also with trust, because I know that the more sincere the plea, the more it touches heaven. I do not ask out of vanity, nor out of pride. I ask because I need it. Because there is something inside me crying out for an answer, for a change, for a sign that this pain will pass and that something new will be born. Guide me so I don't lose heart. May I not get lost in the gray days, nor stop believing when it seems like nothing is happening. May I remember that even in what is unseen, heaven is moving. And may your presence, Mary, be my daily reminder that the miracle doesn't depend on my strength, but on my faith. And I do have faith, even if it's small, even if it's fragile, it is whole and true. Mary, teach me not to give up when the miracle is closest, because so often it's in the moment right before the grace arrives that the heart grows weakest. When everything feels the same, when the silence is deep, when the waiting hurts more than ever, that's when I need your hand holding me firmly. Do not let me abandon my faith because of time. May I not mistake the delay for a no, but understand it as a not yet. May I trust in God's timing, even when I don't understand it, even when everything in me is crying out for urgency. Mary, help me to stay, to remain, to wait with a steady heart, because I know that whoever waits with you never waits in vain. Mary, if it is God's will, may the miracle come, and may it come whole, healing not only what hurts on the outside, but also what weighs on the inside. May it transform not just the situation, but also my vision, my heart, and my faith. Because sometimes, more than what I ask for, what I truly need is to learn how to trust completely. But if it doesn't come the way I expect, may I have the wisdom to understand, the courage to accept, and the peace to keep going. May I not grow bitter, may I not harden, may I not close myself off from others or from myself. Help me understand that even when the miracle doesn't look like what I imagined, it may be unfolding in a deeper way, and only you, Mother, know just how much I truly need it. Mary, look with tenderness upon the requests I carry in my heart, the ones I often don't have the courage to speak aloud. You know each one of them. You know what I lack, what hurts me, what keeps me going, and what, in silence, still keeps me hoping. I surrender all of this to you, trusting that no sincere prayer goes unnoticed by your loving gaze. Embrace what's still confused within me. Bring to God the things my heart repeats every day, even when I don't know how to find the right words. May your love turn my cry into a beautiful prayer, simple yet true. And may I feel, even in the middle of exhaustion, that you are already moving heaven on my behalf. Because where there is faith, there is a miracle in the making. Mary, I place in your hands not only my request, but also my weaknesses. Because while I wait for the miracle, I also fight against doubt, against fear, and against that voice inside me that sometimes wonders if any of this will truly come to pass. I know that faith isn't always loud. Many times it's simply the act of standing up even when tired. So strengthen what is most sincere within me. Rekindle the flame of hope when it begins to fade. And if at some point I forget what I asked for, may you continue to intercede for me, like a mother who never abandons her child. May your faithfulness teach me to stay firm, even when I don't understand, even when it hurts, because your love reminds me that heaven always listens. Maria, I know the miracle is not only what changes around me, but what renews within me. That's why, while I wait for the grace I long for, transform my heart as well. May I not become impatient. May I not close myself off from others. May I not lose my tenderness. May the process of waiting be sacred, shaping me into someone more human, more humble, more whole. And if the miracle comes, may I receive it with gratitude and reverence. May I never forget to give thanks, nor fail to recognize that it was through your intercession that everything became possible. And even after the grace is received, may I continue to seek you, not only out of need, but out of love, because the true miracle is feeling your presence every day, even when nothing extraordinary happens. May I not lose myself by staring at the clock, nor grow anxious trying to control what only God can do. Teach me, with you, to wait with living faith, with peace in my chest and trust in my steps. May time not dictate my hope, and may silence never drown the certainty that the miracle is on its way, even if I don't see it yet, even if everything still looks the same. Mary, don't let me doubt the power of a prayer spoken with truth. Remind me that heaven moves through simple gestures, through words spoken from the heart, through the cry of someone who believes even without guarantees. Teach me to rest in your arms on the hardest days and to carry on with a calm soul, because I know you are taking care of me, even in the details I don't yet notice. Mary, do not let me isolate myself in my pain. May I not close my heart out of fear of disappointment, nor remain silent thinking no one would understand what I carry. May I have the courage to keep asking even when the answer feels far away, because I know every prayer reaches heaven, and in your hands it is cared for with love. May I not be ashamed of my vulnerability. May I understand that asking for a miracle is not a sign of weakness, but of faith. Faith that God can do all things, that your intercession touches the impossible, that the love which moves the heavens also reaches me. May my cry not lose strength nor fade with time, and may each day of waiting draw me even closer to grace. Mary, may I learn to recognize the signs that come before the miracle. Sometimes they arrive small, quiet, hidden in the routine. A word that comforts, a door that slowly opens, a peace that appears in the midst of chaos. May I not be so distracted by the noise of the world that I fail to notice the sky has already begun to move. May my heart stay awake to the blessings that come before the greater grace. May I know how to give thanks for the subtle changes, the renewed strength, the breath that sustains me day after day. May I understand that the miracle begins in the invisible, like a seed that germinates before it is seen. And with you, may I learn to trust every step of this blossoming. Mary, when my soul grows weary from waiting, remind me of the times when your own waiting was woven from silence, pain, and faith. Teach me to wait as you did, with patience, with trust, and with my heart turned toward God. May I not be swayed by impatience, nor by the discouragement that arrives disguised as resignation. Let me never believe that prayer is in vain. May I believe every day that invisible forces are moving on my behalf. May my prayer be not only a request, but also a surrender. And even if the grace I long for takes time to arrive, may I find meaning in the journey toward it. Because walking with you, Mother, is already part of the miracle I so deeply hope for. Mary, may my request not be just a desire, but a prayer, one offered with honesty, humility, and trust. May it not come from desperation, but from faith. May I not ask as someone who doubts, but as someone who knows they are being heard. Because to believe is also to rest, to know that even without immediate answers, there is a greater love taking care of everything. And while the miracle hasn't arrived yet, may your embrace be my refuge. May your silence be my comfort. May your presence be my peace. Teach me that there is beauty even in the waiting, when faith is tested and made stronger. And with you, may I understand that I'm not standing still, I'm being prepared. And when grace does arrive, may my heart be ready to receive it with gratitude and truth. Mary, may I not get lost staring at my pain, but find myself again in faith. Even when everything feels too difficult, may I find in your gaze a reason to keep going. May I not let suffering steal my hope, nor allow the waiting to make me bitter. Teach me to welcome the present moment with humility, trusting in what is still to come. Guide my thoughts away from fear and draw my heart closer to trust. May I believe, with simplicity, that the miracle can arrive gently, unexpectedly, a gift placed into my hands by heaven. May my request rise to God wrapped in your intercession, and may I never doubt, where there is faith and truth, there is always the possibility of a new beginning. I know that you intercede for me even when I don't realize it. I know you present to heaven every detail of my story, every tear I held back, every prayer whispered in the silence of my soul. That's why today I surrender myself to this love that surrounds me without asking for anything in return. Because even without visible signs, I can feel you are with me. And if my faith ever falters, if I grow tired of waiting, hold my heart with your tenderness. Don't let fear paralyze me, nor weariness steal my hope. May I trust even without seeing. May I continue praying even when I no longer have words. And when the time is right, may I look back and recognize the miracle came, and your hand was with me the whole time. Mary, may I never forget to look around and notice how many miracles have already happened without me realizing. The healing that came slowly, the protection I didn't understand at the time, the peace that appeared in the midst of chaos. May I learn to recognize the extraordinary hidden in the simple, and may my gratitude be greater than my anxiety for what has not yet arrived. Help me turn each small victory into praise. May I celebrate life even when it doesn't seem perfect. May I find reasons to give thanks even in the middle of the waiting, because I know that faith grows stronger when it's nourished by gratitude, and that a heart full of thanks becomes a home for miracles. And that's what I long to be, a space prepared to welcome the grace that is on its way. Teach me to be perseverant in prayer, that I may not grow discouraged when I see no immediate results, that I may not step back when the road seems long. Help me understand that praying is not just about asking, it is about staying. It is about being with you even when heaven seems silent. It is trusting that even without visible signs, your intercession is still at work. May I strengthen this bond with you each day, not only as someone seeking a grace, but as someone who longs to walk by your side. May my faith mature in the waiting, and my love for God grow through surrender. And above all, may I learn that waiting with you is in itself a miracle already unfolding. Mary, guard my thoughts during the waiting. Let them not be consumed by doubt nor dragged down by pessimism. May I nourish my mind with words of faith, always remembering that the impossible is merely an invitation for God to act. May every negative thought be replaced with hope, and every uncertainty with trust in your intercession. And if, by chance, I am tempted to give up on what I ask for, remind me of all the times you yourself waited with a steadfast heart. May I have the strength to begin my prayer again, as many times as necessary, and the humility to accept when God calls me to different paths. Let the waiting not be a source of sorrow but of growth, and even in moments of doubt, may I know I am supported by your love. Mary, may my heart not grow hard if the miracle takes time. May I not distance myself from God out of frustration, nor close my eyes to all that I can still live while I wait. May I not turn the waiting into a burden, but into a sacred time, where faith matures and the soul learns to trust more than to understand. Give me a heart that is soft and open, able to embrace new paths even when plans change. May I not cling so tightly to what I desire that I fail to see what heaven is trying to show me. May I understand that sometimes the miracle doesn't come to change what's around me, but rather to transform what's within me. And may that transformation begin now, here, in this prayer I offer you with all that I am. Mary, may I not close myself off to love while I wait for a grace. May the desire for a miracle not make me indifferent to what is happening around me. May I continue loving, caring, smiling, sharing, because life does not pause even when my heart is waiting for something. And the good I spread is also part of the miracle I hope to receive. Help me keep generosity alive even when I feel empty. May I not isolate myself in my pain, but transform my prayer into a bridge toward others. May I understand that many times the miracle begins when I look beyond myself, when I embrace, when I listen, when I give. And in the midst of all this, may you keep teaching me that to love is also a way of believing. Mary, even when everything seems the same on the outside, may something within me continue to change. May I not be deceived into thinking that nothing is happening just because I cannot see it. Grant me eyes of faith to recognize that heaven works in silence, behind the scenes of life where the heart cannot reach, but the soul can feel. May each dawn bring me a little more trust. May your care embrace me like a gentle light that warms without haste. May my request continue echoing in heaven, even when my voice grows tired. And may I never forget, waiting with faith is not wasting time. It is preparing the soil for a miracle that has already begun to bloom. Today I thank you, even before the miracle happens, because just being able to trust in you already makes me feel lighter. Just knowing that I do not walk alone calms my heart. May this gratitude grow within me, not as a reward, but as a state of soul, of someone who chose to believe before receiving, to praise before understanding. May my faith be greater than the circumstances. May I learn to bless, even while I wait. And when the grace comes, may I recognize your care in every detail. Because your love, Mary, is not limited to the outcome. It walks with me through the process. It sustains me through the journey. And that is why I go on, in prayer, in hope, in peace. Mary, may I never mistake silence for absence. May I understand that miracles are being prepared even in the times when nothing seems to happen. May I trust that behind every delay there is care, that even without knowing how, heaven is moving. For me, for what I've placed in prayer, for everything I've held deep in my soul with hope. When I grow weak, may your presence be the reminder that I can still wait a little longer, breathe a little deeper, believe once again. May your voice reach my heart, whispering, "Don't give up, I am here." And may that certainty sustain me through the difficult days, when the request feels far away and faith must be strengthened in the silence and the quiet light of your love. Mary, if one day I forget to pray, remind heaven of what I carry in my heart. May your love cover me in the moments when exhaustion silences me. Even in the distractions of everyday life, may my soul remain connected to you. Because I know that your intercession does not depend on the strength of my prayer, but on the depth of your motherly love. Sustain my request when I no longer have words. Whisper to my heart that the miracle is still coming, even if slowly, even if different from what I imagined. May I not walk away out of frustration, nor lose faith out of fear. And when I'm about to let go, may you hold on for me, as one who cares not only for what I ask, but for who I am. May my request not become a burden, but a source of transformation. May I grow as a person while I wait for grace, becoming more patient, more sensitive, more aware of God's care in all things. May I not live only for what I hope to achieve, but also for who I am becoming along the way. May the miracle I long for not find me bitter but whole. May it arrive when my heart is mature enough to receive it with gratitude, not with haste. May my waiting be full of faith, not despair. And even if the miracle comes in a different form, may I recognize in it your love, the love that never fails, never delays, and never abandons. Mary, do not let me compare my path with that of others. Each one has their own time, their own grace, their own miracle. May I not feel saddened when I see blessings arriving in someone else's life, but instead may it strengthen me as a sign that heaven is still moving, that God is still working the impossible. May I rejoice in the miracles of others while continuing to trust in my own. Help me keep my eyes on my journey, on my process, on my offering. May I not be distracted trying to understand why mine hasn't come yet, but focus on remaining steadfast. May faith be the ground beneath my feet and hope the light that leads me. And with every step, even in silence, may I feel heaven is still working on my behalf. Mary, when the miracle happens, and I know it will come, may my heart be ready to receive it with humility. May I never forget the journey, the prayers, the days when all that sustained me was hope. May I cherish every step along the way, for it was there that my faith deepened and my soul grew stronger. And if the miracle comes in the form of peace, of understanding, of liberation, and not exactly as I had asked, may I know how to embrace it just the same. May I not limit grace to what I imagined, but recognize God's wisdom in giving me exactly what I need. May my life be a testimony that it is always worth trusting, even when my eyes cannot yet see, because with Mary by my side, the impossible becomes the path. Mary, my prayer ends here in words, but it remains alive in my heart. Take my request to God with your loving touch, with your sweetness as a mother, with your intercession that never fails. From this moment on, may I walk with the certainty that I am not alone, that my request has not been forgotten, and that the miracle in some way has already begun. Thank you for staying with me until now, for holding me up in moments of doubt, for renewing me in the silence. May I never lose faith, even when the path is long. And when the grace arrives, or when I am transformed by it, may I never cease to give thanks. Because in the end, the greatest miracle is knowing I was loved, protected, and heard all along. Amen. If this prayer spoke to your heart, if at any moment you felt peace, strength, or just that gentle hope being born again within you, then this channel is also your place. Here, every prayer is made with love, with faith, and with truth, so you never feel alone along the way. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and write your request in the comments. Each time someone watches this video, the prayer will be renewed over you. Mary is with you, and here, faith is shared,